What's going on, guys? MariK here, back with another Dragon Ball Super update video. Last video we did, they revealed the green and yellow campaign rares for the Draft Box 4. And today we've got red, blue, and black. And some of these cards are actually pretty freaking decent, if I'm being honest. First up for red, we got Vegeta Saiyan Tag Team. He's a 4-cost 20,000. Activate battle for 1 energy. Choose one of your Universe 7 or Universe 6 battle cards being attacked. It gains plus 6,000 power until the end of your next turn. Then play this card from your hand, and you can't play Vegeta Saiyan Tag Team for the duration of the turn. Now, what's cool about this one is you get to play him for 1 energy from your hand when one of your cards is being attacked. So it's kind of like a... He's basically like a 1-cost, was it Kaba's Awakening from set 1. Gives 6,000 power to a red battle card. It's kind of the same thing, except this plays him from your hand. And your battle card keeps that 6,000 power to the end of your next turn. So if you play it during your opponent's turn, it's going to keep that boost, which is really, really nice. And 20,000 power is pretty respectable, too. None of these cards are really broken, which is nice, but they are really playable. This one supports Universe 7 and Universe 6, which is really nice. So this will be some good Universe 7 support that I'm looking forward to getting to play with. Then we got Kaba Saiyan Tag Team. He's a 3-cost 19,000. Block your barrier at the end of your turn. Switch this card to active mode. Again, these are 2 cards that really don't have a lot of interaction together. Similar to like the Gohan and the Piccolo. Like, you could play them together, I suppose, because you could play the Kaba. He's a 19k blocker, and then he's 25 when you activate Vegeta's ability. But they don't really go together otherwise. Like, personally, I plan on playing the Vegeta in Universe 7, but I don't think I'll bother with the Kaba at all. Like, for these cards to work the way they do, it's a bit disappointing that they don't have to play with the other half of the card, or that they just don't synergize together well. Then you got Uneasy Alliance Son Goku. He's a 2-cost 15,000 counterattack. Negate the attack and play this card. When you play this card, choose up to 1 battle card other than Uneasy Alliance Son Goku with an energy cost of 3 or less. Return it to its owner's hand. So, not terrible. I mean, I hate that he's a 2-cost for a counterattack, but it's more Universe 7 support, which is awesome. And 2 isn't terrible. Now, you get to bounce any card 3 or less. It doesn't specify whose side of the board, so you can bounce your stuff, which I guess is the point, because you're going to do it, use the ability with Uneasy Alliance Frieza, who's a 2-cost 15,000. When you play this card, draw 1 card. And when this card is returned to its owner's hand from the battle area, choose one of your opponent's battle cards and return it to its owner's hand. So, with the Goku, you can counter an attack, bounce one of their cards, which basically gives you 2 counters. More or less, you can negate. It counts as negating 2 attacks. So you're going to bounce one of their cards to their hand if they haven't attacked with it yet. But I guess the idea is you can bounce the Frieza back to your hand to return any battle card they have. So it gives you some kind of flexibility. I do like these 2. Again, they don't really play together, but they can kind of synergize with each other. I mean, this synergizes better than the Vegeta Kaba, but it's good. It's good, decent Universe 7 support. So I'm definitely going to be building something around this. We've already looked at the Gohan Piccolo combos and the Bardock Goku. So then up next we have Super Saiyan 3 Tag Team Son Gohan, Future Gohan. I hate that he's black, just because I would like to play him with the other two future Gohan cards we have. Really stupid, I know, but I would like to kind of have that synergy there. But he's a 4-cost, 15,000 blocker. Only one Super Saiyan 3 Tag Team Son Gohan can be played in your battle area. And when a black battle card is removed from your battle area by a skill, activate the skill. You can play this card from your hand. Now, what I'm wondering is, if a battle card is removed from your battle area by overrealm, so if you overrealm a card, it leaves the field from its own skill. Does that count? Does that let you play this card and then he's just a free blocker? Like, I mean, it's dope. I like it, and I'll definitely play it for sure. Not just because he's Gohan, but I mean, it's a free 15k. And if that's the case, I mean, it does suck that you can only have one, and I'm not really sure why you could only have one, but it's whatever. And then there's Super Saiyan 3 Tag Team Trunks. He's a 3-cost, 15,000, Overwhelm 3. When you play this card using Overwhelm, it gains critical for the duration of the turn. Activate battle. Choose one card in your hand, send it to your warp. This card gains double strike for the duration of the turn. I like this card. I really like this one. I mean, aside from the fact that I have an affinity for critical, but critical double strike's really nice. He doesn't cost any energy, so you could pitch a card and then just dump your hand in a combo for double strike crit before you want to finish your opponent off. I have mixed feelings for a few reasons, though. I run a tribal Future Trunks deck. You guys have seen a couple iterations of it. Deck profile coming soon for the current build. But, so I like that he's actually Future Trunks instead of Xeno Trunks. What I don't like is that he's black. So I can't run this with I can't run this with the Super Saiyan 3 Future Trunks Infinite Saiyan Rare. Which is really, I guess, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. It is irritating in the fact that this being a Future Trunks card, I can search him with Future Bulma or with Time Machine, so which I run both of in my Trunks build. And so, I mean, I could have this card out every single turn. I'm probably still going to do that. Probably still going to build a deck that does that. I guess I'll just have to decide whether or not I want the Infinite Saiyan Rare in my deck versus this one. However, I guess they do have their advantages and disadvantages over each other. I mean, the Infinite Saiyan Rare doesn't get crit. He does get double strike, and he does get the ability to combo with, you know, all the cards in your drop area and stuff. But you have to get him out with 4 energy. And then his other ability costs 4 energy as well to draw 2 and switch him to active mode. So, like, he's a good finisher because he can combo up to some ridiculous power without having to really invest anything in that attack. Whereas this one, you can just play, hell, you can play him from the get-go on turn 1. So, ideally, I guess what I would do is either Time Machine or Future Bulma, search this out, attack with Trunks, combo your whatever to draw a card. You'd have to get another card in a drop to be able to do it turn 1. So I'm not really sure if turn 1 is ideal, but Also, since his abilities just activate battle and not like when this card is played or anything like that, you could use him with Toki Toki City and keep him on the board and just keep doing it on the next turn. And there's nothing saying you can only have one of these on the board. So I like this, and I honestly I don't know which one I would say is my favorite. What do you guys think? What do you think about all of the color combinations we've got? Do you think the black colors are the best? Um, or one of the other colors. I personally, I like, I like these two. I like I like the Trunks Gohan, and I like the Goku Bardock. They have at least have synergy together. The Gohan plays, and when he's removed from play, uh, or the Trunks plays when he's removed from play, the Gohan can come out. The Bardock comes out, the Goku can come out. The Gohan and the Piccolo don't play off of each other at all, but at the same time they kind of can. I still like the Piccolo because you can basically search out your super combos in the Mechians, and the Gohan allows you to awaken turn one with the androids, and early enough with any other green deck too. Universe 7, we got the Frieza Goku combo, which has some good synergy. The only downside is, 2 energy to counterattack for the Goku, 2 energy to play the Frieza. I mean, they're blue though, so when I play Universe 7, I either play with the Gohan leader or the uh, the Ultimate Box Goku leader, and since majority of what I like to play is blue, as far as the universe support goes, I mean I could always run Zeno button, but Zeno's also a counterattack, so it's kind of you'd have to focus on the smaller battle cards to really take advantage of this combo. And then there's the Kaba Vegeta. I think the Vegeta is great, and he doesn't say that you can only have one on the board. You can only play one per turn because of the skill, but that just says you can only play one for that turn. It doesn't say you can only have one on the board. So I don't really know where they came up with the idea for the certain restrictions. I like these cards because they're good, but they're not anything too good. They're nothing overpowering. We got good Universe 7 support, so I'm happy about that, especially after bitching about it for so long. Most of the Universe 7 that we got that I like is blue. What I like about this stuff, too, the yellow really goes with pretty much any yellow deck because there's a lot of tapping cards down to rest mode. But I also like how the Gohan and the Trunks can be played in any deck, because the Trunks is just an Overwhelm card. He's just a basic Overwhelm. You can play him in any freaking deck that you're not running Sparking. And this, honestly, might convince me to go back to running Overwhelm and not just... Because usually I just run the Sparking combos, the Sparking Super combos in every deck, instead of the non-Sparking, you 4 or less life. But I also do that because of the negates. Even if the deck itself doesn't care about the drop. That's usually just what I do. Now, I may change that up a bit. Is it worth changing my entire play strategy just for these two cards? No, not really. And I'm not going to if the deck actually revolves around the drop or actually has any relevance to what's in your drop area. But I feel like the Trunks and the Gohan are definitely worth playing. And the Gohan you can play in anything really. This is when a black battle card is removed by a battle area by a skill. So I mean, you can run him in just about anything that runs black battle cards, and you know, if it does trigger off of Overrealm or Dark Overrealm wouldn't, but if it does trigger off Overrealm, then he's free to play in any Overrealm deck at all. Again, sucks that you can only have one of him on the board. I don't understand that at all, but hey, it's whatever. Let me know what you guys think. Which color do you think is the best color out of these combinations, and which ones do you think have the most potential, or if any of them have the potential to be playable? I think they're all good enough to be playable. They all have their uses for the most part. Kava. And who knows? Some of it might find their way in meta decks. Again, Trunks is insanely good for a no-cost Overrealm card. So, and plus you discard a card. Well, oh, you send it to your Warp. Okay. I was going to say setting it for the next Overrealm, but it's not hard to get 3 Overrealm in your drop anyways, so. Do you think any of these cards will be meta-defining? Do you think the Universe 7 stuff is enough to make Universe 7 a decent competitive contender? Let me know any of your thoughts in the comments below. With that, we're going to go ahead and get the frig out of here, though, and we'll see you guys in the next video.